Kia ora, and welcome to Wednesday's Economy Watch, where we follow the economic events and trends that affect New Zealand. I'm David Chaston, and this is the international edition from interest.co.nz, and today we lead with news the US dollar is falling, and the benchmark US 10-year treasury yield is down also, near a 7-week low. These are the key reactions to the easing of Middle East hostilities. But first up today, we should note that the weekly Pulse dairy auction for the two main powder products brought lower prices yet again. The skim milk powder price fell 2.6% from last week's full auction to $2,704 a tonne, while the whole milk powder price fell 1.9% to $4,006 a tonne. These represent yet another retreat, which essentially cancel the April to May price gains. In the US, Fed boss Powell was at Congress today giving his semi-annual monetary policy report. He is back again tomorrow. He repeated that they are in no rush to cut rates, certainly not in July, and that their scenario of 2 more 25 basis point reductions in 2025 remains their current outlook. Their focus is on inflation risks, which they still have worries about, not economic growth, and that is helped by a stable labour market there. Meanwhile, the weekly Red Book survey of the US Retail Impulse showed sales volume growth easing lower, the lowest since the April tariff tax-induced price spike. And if you exclude the seasonal dips at the end of 2024, this growth is the lowest since March 2024, even with the tariff tax push effect on retail pricing. And the US Conference Board survey of consumer sentiment weakened in June, and this time the weakness spread to present conditions. They report consumers were more pessimistic about business conditions and the job availability of the next 6 months, and optimism about the future income prospects eroded. It is a trend that they've been noting since the start of 2025. Also fading was the Richmond Fed's latest factory survey for June. Although new order intakes declined more slowly, it still declined, and the order backlogs in the region are now falling faster. Unless they get an improvement in new orders, production cutbacks are looking likely. And the service sector survey for the same Mid-Atlantic states region is no better. In this district too, reshoring is not evident. We should also note that credit stress for US commercial real estate is staying unusually high. This extended trouble will force an increasing number of lenders there to book losses, and because the worst losses are coming from the biggest buildings, it could be destabilising for some mid-sized banks. And there was a large, well-supported US Treasury bond auction early today for their 2-year note. This delivered a median yield of 3.73%, down from 3.90% at the prior equivalent event a month ago. In Canada, their May inflation rate was reported overnight, unchanged at 1.7%, which was the expected result. And Taiwanese retail sales were weaker in May, down 1.6% from the same month a year ago, and extending a weaker trend. They were expected to rise marginally. However, Taiwanese industrial production was outstandingly strong, up more than 20% from the same month a year ago, and extending the April surge. In South Korea, consumer sentiment has improved sharply since the election of a reform-minded new president. Apart from a brief post-pandemic spike, they haven't been this optimistic there since 2017. And in case we don't miss it, the German economy is rising again, gaining in confidence and extending the gains that started in mid-2024. The turnaround hasn't been dramatic, but it has built more than you might have thought. The US Treasury 10-year yield is now at 4.30%, down 3 basis points from yesterday at this time. And the price of gold will start today at $3,320 an ounce, down $61 from yesterday. American oil prices are down another $4.50, at just on $64.50 a barrel, while the international Brent price is just under $67.50 a barrel, as Mideast security concerns seem to fade. And the Kiwi dollar is now at 60.2 US cents, back up a half a cent from yesterday. Against the Aussie, we're 10 basis points firmer at 90.6 Australian cents. Against the euro, up 20 basis points at 51.8 euro cents. That all means our trade-weighted index starts today at just under 67.9 and 20 basis points firmer than yesterday. And the Bitcoin price starts today at $106,141 and up 3.7% from yesterday. Volatility over the past 24 hours has been modest, though, at just on plus or minus 1.9%. You can get more news affecting the economy in New Zealand from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston, and we'll do this again tomorrow.